Hello friends, this is Mohammed Shakil here, and in this tutorial series I'll be showing you how you can design a hammer in Catia V5. There are two parts mainly. I have put a head and the handle. So I've just named that in very simple terms, and the detailing is here, somewhat over here, and some detailing is here, and there's another detailing which is very similar to the screwdriver which we have worked before here. So let's see how we can start off with the design. Firstly, go to new and open a new project. Click on OK, and you could firstly name the product as we always do. That's the hammer study. Okay, click on OK, and the name got changed to hammer study here. And then go for insert new part and click on the product, and you got a new part there, and again rename that part as head. Right, now just double click on the part body, and the workbench changes to the most recently used workbench, which is this one, the part design. If it's not, you could go here and change it to the part design, that's the workbench which we are going to work. Now the first thing you need to do is set up the units. So in this tutorial I'm going to work on centimeters, so make sure that's no centimeters and click on OK. And then you can firstly create a base sketch. Firstly, you could go here on the Z-Explain and click on the sketch and use a centered rectangle and create a rectangle there, probably a square, and you could set the 2.5 centimeter here, another 2.5 here, because that's really close. 2.5. Alright, now once that's done, click on the exit sketch and then go for a path of reverse direction. Make sure your render style is in perspective mode, now the parallel mode. Go for 5.5. That creates a dumb solid, and I hope you can imagine which part would be appearing for this one. And here we are. Next thing what you can do is to design this particular part right here. So you could possibly measure your hammer, how much it is. So I don't really remember how much I put in here, so let's see how much it is. It's 0.5 centimeter. So just go back here and then come here and just make sure that you're in the product mode. So in the product mode, just select this face, click on a sketch, and then create a line and just specify the dimension as 0.5. Just make sure that this point lies on this line and this point lies on this line as well. The next thing what you can do is just project this and this line to 3D and just erase this and this line, and now you can just select this and this and just give an angle of 45 degrees. Alright, now come out of the sketch and just do a pocket. Let's see how much pocket is required. 2.5 centimeter. So in your case, if you're having the hammer in your hands, you could measure and do this 2.5 centimeter. So just select the sketch here and go for 2.5 centimeters. 2.5. Now just select this pocket and go for insert transformation feature, circular pattern, and you need an axis for circular pattern. It's not a problem, just come here and create a sketch and just simply create a line which passes through the center. So if you haven't used the center rectangle at the beginning, you're not going to get this line here in the center. You would have to create another plane at the center of this one. Hope you would understand that. Now select the pocket. I'll go for insert transformation feature and go for circular pattern. Now just gonna go for a complete crown. Select this as your reference element and just specify 4 elements as your number of instances and click on OK. And you got 4 chamfer in this part. And next we are designing the nail remover. So this is where we are. Now the first thing when we are designing the nail remover is to create a guide so that we can use it as a spline for multi-section. So when we are doing that, make sure that in the part mode and select the YZ plane, click on the sketch. Once you're on the sketch, just create one circle and then just make that circle tangent to this line, and then just project this line here and just this is now what we want. Just select this point and the circle and go for coincidence. And then what you can do is just use an axis line and cut the circle somewhere here. And then you could probably select this and make it a dotted line. Right. Now just use this point and place it like this, and some more curvature. So use a 3-point arc. Is not a dotted line. Now just make sure that this and this one are tangent. That's a problem. Just come back. This is like almost tangent, and I don't think we really have a problem here. Now just come out of the sketch, and now let's see, we can create a sketch here of the thickness. We could go back to our design and see how much thickness might be over here. So let's use the measure item. Go for measure between 2 points. Just measure between this point, that's 43. I basically have assumed when I was designing. So in this case you could directly give this because that's what you refer to my design. 1.423 will be fine. Just go for 0.423 and just make sure that this line is tangent to this one, coincident, and this is coincident to this. Now exit the sketch and again come back to our design here and see how much would be required here. So coming to this edge is of thickness 0.167, so you could use almost the same thing here, 0.167. How we can do it is just select this line and go for a plane. The next thing you can do is go for a create plane option, or else you could just select this curvature and go for the create plane option and select this point right here and click on OK. So that creates a plane normal to the curve at this endpoint. Now click on the newly created plane and go for the sketch and just create a rectangle which is of thickness. Now we could refer to this thickness right here. So that's somewhere around 0.167, which I have assumed. 0.167. That's what we want. Just come to the normal view and create a rectangle of thickness 0.167, and its thickness should be similar, I believe, to this one. That's what we want. Oh, that's not what we want. Come back here again and just coincide this point with this one, and that's what we want. Now what you can do is just go for a multi-section and select this sketch and this sketch right here. Make sure that the closing point is on the same direction. Yes, it is. If it's not, just make sure that the closing point here and here is in the same direction, and then go for a spine and just select this as your spine and click on the preview, and you got the shape of the nail remover created here. Next, what you can do is just select it, and the next thing you need to do is apply a pocket here to create a slot so that you can remove the nails, and a little chamfer here and here. So let's see how we can do that. Firstly, select this plane and go for create plane and just go for the option angle normal to plane. Select this as your edge. Rotation axis, just start rotating it. Come to the side here so you can see where you're creating the plane. Just use just make sure that you're creating the plane in this way, somewhere parallel to this one. Click on OK and just select that newly created plane and go for a sketch. Then what you can do is just create a triangle and then just go inside them. Come to the normal view. I think this is sufficient. Just exit the sketch and then go for a pocket. Up to next will be fine. Again, go for another up to next. Click on OK. It creates our required slot, and again similarly, just click on the plane and go for the sketch and remove a small portion here also. Project this line and use the dimensioning. This point should be coincident with this line. This point. This point right here should be coincident with this one. Finally, you could project this one. This portion. Don't forget to trim this, because you're not gonna get the proper output if you don't trim that. Now just use a pocket, go for up to next on both the areas, then just use the pocket for transforming it to a mirror with respect to the YZ plane. It creates the cut on both the side, that part, and we need to continue with the handle part. So for doing that, just make sure that you're in the product workbench before starting up anything. Just minimize this tree, and then just go for insert, new part, and click on the study. Go for yes. Just rename that part as handle. HANDLE. Click on OK. And then you could expand the workbench and double click on the part body, and make sure that your part workbench is activated. Now what you can do is select this phase and go for sketch, and just create a circle, simple circle, and just give a dimension of 1.4 maybe. That is something between these two. So for doing that, to the sketch and go for that. Just increase it and just see how much is required in your case. Maybe 21 will do. Is also fine. So to do that, just make sure that in the product mode and you're under the handle, just select this face and go for create plane option. Make sure you're not selecting the curve, select the face. Go for 2.5. Now just select the plane, create sketch, just make sure you're getting the other side, go for this option, just then what you can do, just take the circle and this point, circle and this point, go for concentration, where that will do. Exit the sketch. This is fine. Now see if this much thickness is sufficient. In our case, just see it from side. Come to this one, see it from side. Yeah, something close. And this way, if you are having your hammer in front of you, please see that. Now you can select this face and again go for a sketch and then create a centered rectangle. Just make sure that one of the point lies on the circle and this point is concentric with this. Next thing you need to remember is all of these lines of this rectangle are dotted, and another thing you need to keep in mind is all of these points are selected and they are not construction geometries. And we got one sketch here and another couple of points. To continue with the design, just make sure you're in the handle part and you are in the part mode. And once you're in the part mode, please select the multi-section solid and select this as your first sketch and this one as your second sketch. Go for coupling and go for right click add and start selecting these points 1, 2, 3, 4. Finally, just make sure that your closing point is somewhere close and it's pointing on the same direction, somewhere same. Click on OK. Possible to homogenize the sections topology before computation. That's expected. Let's see how we can solve that problem. So go for replacing the closing point here. Replace this closing point here. Click on preview and that works out. So sometimes if you're not getting the geometry properly, please replace the closing point and see if the problem is solved. So we have almost completed the design, except that we need to create one more small portion. So for doing that, just make sure that you're in the product mode, the part mode, and you're under the product hammer study under the part of the handle. So just select the plane right here and go for the create plane, reverse direction 3 centimeters will be fine. Just go for a sketch on that plane. And where is your okay. And now you could create a rectangle which is really small, like this one, and just make sure that your point is concentric. Click on OK. Now what you can do is just go for, alright, again you need to create another sketch. For doing that, just select this and go for the sketch, and just select this whole rectangle and go for project, come out, and then go for a multi-section, and then you could select these two sketches, 1 and 2, and go for coupling, and as this is 1, select this, 2, select this, 3 will go in the anti-clockwise direction, 4. So once you get the idea of design, you will be able to design any product you see. So that completes the design part, and the next part we'll see the rendering. For rendering, just make sure that you have the camera here, and another option called as the apply material. The apply material is right here. If you don't have that, you could always tick it here, and the render option here. Now just go for the apply material and apply some metal object, metal material, and this metal parts take a longer time for rendering, so I'll just basically go for the paint, which is somewhat similar to metal. So apply the metal green. Hope this is fine. And to view the material being applied, you should make sure that you are in the shading with material mode. And once you have applied the material, just go for the camera and set the background. You could set the lighting, etc. over here. I'm just going for the default option, and you could set in which rendering option you could go for. I'm going for a high realistic lighting settings, and this is for defining a particular area for rendering. I just want the whole area to be rendered. And lastly, just set the scene how you want it, the angle of your camera. Finally, you could go for the render option, and computing the final element is going to take a little time. And let me tell you that you could expect more tutorials like this in the coming days. And if you have any feedbacks regarding my teaching, you could write to me, or you could comment below the video. I don't mind if you're telling positive or negative feedback. I'll take it in good senses, and I'll just try to improve, because you people have always been supporting me in my works, whatever I've been doing, and I really enjoy doing it nowadays. And if you want any more this kind of tutorial, and if you have any tutorial suggestions, you could write to me at catia.pro.user@gmail.com. and what else I wanted to tell you, and that's all. You could save the render option here, and thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned.